I feel like we all have skirts in our wardrobe, but we don't always use them to their full potential, so let's fix that. Today, instead of just showing you a list of basic or trending skirts, I want to break down how each type actually works and how to style it so it feels current, not outdated, and more importantly, how to build a wardrobe where each skirt actually has a role, so you're not just collecting pieces but actually using them. And we're starting with probably the most seasonal piece, printed skirts, and a floral skirt in particular. My recommendation, go for a slight A-line silhouette for this specific type of skirt because it just gives the print more space to actually show compared to a straight skirt where it can kind of get lost. And here I want to show you the same styling but with a similar check skirt so you can really see how the mood completely shifts. Floral feels softer, more feminine, a bit more relaxed, while check instantly looks more structured, a bit sharper, more put together. And also, don't be afraid to mix prints, and I mean, if not in spring, then when? It's kind of the easiest season to play with it a little, and it just adds that extra interest without trying too much. And another important nuance here, the difference in length. So the floral skirt is a maxi skirt, so it feels more elegant, a bit more eye-catching. The slightly shorter check skirt still reads like a maxi, but it's much more practical, more wearable day to day, and this is actually how I recommend choosing the length. Go for a full maxi for a skirt that can also work for evenings, maybe something a bit more elevated, and then a slightly shorter version for something that feels more everyday and casual like this check one. That way you get the maximum rotation and just more functionality out of your wardrobe. And as always, I've linked all the fashion pieces I'm using here in this video. Everything is linked down below in the description box along with all the needed information for you to recreate my outfits. Moving on, a second type of skirts is flared skirts, and first important idea, length really matters here. I mean, anything above the knee with this kind of flare, especially if it's more like a circle cut skirt, can start to look a bit dated, so I would go for something longer, ideally hitting around the narrowest part of your ankle. That's what gives it that more modern and effortless feel. And then flare means volume, right? So you want to balance it out on top, something more fitted like a long sleeve or any like tank top, anything that keeps the silhouette a bit more controlled. But if you do want to go for something more relaxed or even oversized, which I personally love sometimes, you can still make it work. Like here, I really like this gray and pink combination, so instead of changing the top, I just added my suede pocket belt that I've styled several times here on my YouTube channel, and it just helps to define the waist a little, adjust the silhouette without losing that relaxed, slightly oversized idea of the outfit. Next one, column skirt. It's that very straight silhouette that goes all the way down, usually closer to the ankle, and because it's so clean and narrow, it actually becomes the perfect base for something more oversized on top. So it's kind of the opposite of a flared skirt in terms of styling. So if you already have a lot of statement pieces, oversized tops, shirts, relaxed knits, anything with volume, this type of skirt is for you. It allows you to wear those pieces without losing the balance in the outfit. Just choose it in a solid color, no prints, and ideally in a shade that works like a neutral color in your wardrobe. These two decisions alone will maximize the versatility of this skirt and really unlock its full styling potential. Next one, statement skirt, and this is the piece that already does all of the talking. So the goal here is not to compete with it, but to support it. You'll notice everything else in the outfit stays quite simple. Clean top, a flowy button down, in my case, the same one I've styled so many times already, but you can easily go for a t-shirt or even a tank top. And another thing, statement doesn't have to mean dressy. Pair it with canvas sneakers, maybe a slightly bolder tee like a graphic pick one here. If you want it to feel more casual, a bit more edgy, that contrast is actually what makes it feel modern and not overdone. So this skirt is from Me and Them, and I just got it like a week ago, and honestly, I'm obsessed. And by the way, I don't use this word very often, so it means something. It's this soft jersey fabric that it's so perfect for that in-between transitional season, and yeah, sure, I'll link it down below. Next one, wrap skirt. Another very versatile piece. The beauty of this design is that if you go for a real wrap skirt, the one that you can actually adjust, not the version with the fixed zip on the side, you can easily loosen it or tighten it a bit depending on your body, so it just makes it much more practical in real life. And I also love this one because of these horizontal pleats. They actually make the skirt easier to move in and more forgiving, so the fabric doesn't pull, it doesn't feel restrictive when you walk or sit. Here I styled it in a more formal way with the same button-down and vest. You've seen this combo so many times on my channel, and a more casual version with the same pink t-shirt. And yes, I'm repeating the same tops on purpose because this is how a real wardrobe actually works. You're not reinventing every outfit from scratch, you're just restyling the same pieces in different ways, and that's how you really tap into the full potential of your wardrobe. Now, let's try something a bit more trendy, a bit more fashion forward, a knee-length straight skirt. It's a big trend right now, so I really wanted to play with it. I'm starting with this set, a crinkled knee-length skirt paired with the matching top, and well, you know I love this type of fabric because I hate ironing, and as I said, it already gives you that more polished, slightly formal vibe. And yes, there are buttons on the skirt, so you can actually adjust how much you show, a little bit of control over the message of the outfit, let's put it this way. But since my channel is about styling, not just wearing, let me show you another way to elevate it. Layer a polo top over the shirt. Look how the whole outfit shifts. The color combination feels fresher, more vibrant, especially around the portrait zone. It just lifts everything. And then I added my zebra print bag just because it's me. That's my personal touch, but of course you can keep it more minimal, like a simple blue bag. Another way to play with this look, add a flower brooch. These are trending everywhere right now, and it's such an easy way to take the outfit from more formal to something that works for a night out. And one more option, keep it fully polished, more office appropriate, add a structured roomy bag and drape a basic cardigan over the shoulders, keep the accessories within the same color story, and it instantly feels more sharp, more intentional, so you can see how just small details completely change the vibe of the same base. Okay, I need your opinion here. Where are you on this one? I mean, are we bringing this length back or leaving it in the past? I mean, drop a comment. I would love to hear what you think about this new length. Next, let's talk about pleated skirts. They naturally have that more formal, slightly strict vibe, so my advice here, don't go all the way into that romantic, formal, maybe like sweet direction. That's when it can start to feel a bit dated. Instead, add a bit of effortlessness and some structure, like this structured vest. It just balances out that classic feel of the skirt and more casual, effortless, soft leather lace-up flats. And I remember a lot of you mentioned that these long scarf details might not feel very practical, so you can easily swap this top for like a classic button-down in a similar print. It's really not about the scarf itself. Even a regular polka dot shirt will give you similar effect. Or go in a completely different direction, style it with something more modern and casual, like this plaid button-down. You've seen this one so many times here. And then I've finished it with the same suede belt to bring everything together and give it that more elevated and current feel. Moving on, a satin or a slip skirt. Here I would suggest going for a more matte finish, not that super shiny version, because the more matte it is, the easier it becomes to style it for everyday looks. Like here, I'm pairing it with the same button-down and the vest combination and adding a red bag just to create that really beautiful classic color palette. Or you can take the same skirt and make it a bit more dressed up just through accessories like this fringe scarf. It instantly elevates the look, gives it a bit more movement, a bit more presence. Nothing too fancy. It's not a red carpet situation here, but it's a very easy modern way to create a night out look without overdoing it. And if you're a bit bored with satin slip skirts, try a Tougheta skirt. It's a much stiffer fabric, so it actually holds its shape and gives you a more interesting silhouette right away. For a more dressed down look, I'm pairing it with the same blue polo top, adding colorful socks and those classic lace-up black shoes. It gives that soft preppy vibe and a bit more playful, a bit unexpected vibe. And then if you style it with a more dressy top, you basically create a dress. It really starts to look like a full night out piece. So you have one skirt and completely different moods just by changing the top and the accessories. So here you have it. Okay, that's enough for today. I hope that these 20 outfits and this little skirt guide gave you some inspiration for your spring looks. And before this video officially ends, a quick real life moment. So today I'm wearing this amazing piece. It's skirt over pants, and yeah, it's one piece, a little bit trendy, a little bit unexpected, and honestly, this is your reminder. Your personal style doesn't always have to make perfect sense. Sometimes you want to wear something that feels like you, and today this feels like me. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. You know the drill. Follow me here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Check out my description box, and I'll see you in the next one. And since you are still sitting there in front of your screen, yes, I can see you there. My recommendation, I think you are ready to watch another beautiful piece of content on my channel, how to wear blue. Yeah, that is simple. So the idea behind this video was very simple. One shade and one shade only, blue, and everything you need to know if you want to style it like a professional stylist. Click, click, see you there.